The school of champions, we laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian, again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that, of course. Look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's a little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm on my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, Kahoks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
We shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Bradley, Illinois. We are on the campus of Bradley Bourbonnais High School as we get you set for boys soccer Class 3A Super Sectional action between your Collinsville Kahawks and the Caravan of Mount Carmel High School. I am Todd Duke alongside Chris Kettler and alongside the cameraman Andy Sullins. We're glad that you're with us here on the Kahawk Sports Network as we welcome you in to the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Cullip Jennings Florist is a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials. This week, they have a dozen carnations in a stylish vase for $25. And, of course, they're focusing on all the fall flowers and the fall colors to get you ready for the Thanksgiving holiday coming up, including that Thanksgiving room, dining room, table centerpiece. Call Cullip Jennings Florist at 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com. Both of these teams come into this game with almost identical records. Collinsville comes in at 18-5-2, while Mount Carmel out of Chicago comes in at 18-4-2. And Chris Kettler joins us here on the program. And this is a long season, Chris, and long playoffs that are we're right in the middle of it, and this is the culmination of it. One more win, and you're off to state for the first time since 1996.
Well, it's what everybody's been waiting for. Try to get to the last set, the Final Four at Hoffman Estates. The teams had to wait an extra day because of the storms yesterday, but teams are ready to go, and we're here at Bradley looking for a good game.
We are, and the winner of this game will move on to the state tournament, which will take place this Friday and Saturday at Hoffman Estates High School, and they will take on Libertyville, as Libertyville has posted a perfect 20-0 record up to this point after they handed Chicago St. Patrick's a 2-1 loss last night. So Libertyville now 20-0, and they downed a St. Patrick's school that came into last night's contest at 24-3. So They end their season at 24-4. But first things first, these two teams have to hook up to find out who is going to move on. Will it be your Collinsville Kahawks, or will it be the Caravan of Mount Carmel High School out of Chicago? We'll find out here over the next couple of hours. Had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with Collinsville head coach Rob Lukey. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're at Bradley Bourbonnais High School in the heart of Kankakee County as we get you set for Super Sectional Soccer action, Boys Class 3A Championship going on between Mount Carmel and Collinsville. And joining us now on the pregame show is Collinsville head coach Rob Lukey. Coach, well, you've made it this far. Your thoughts as you approach this game?
I feel the boys are ready. They've been focused throughout training. We've tried to research this team as much as possible. They have some quality players, but if we continue to do what we ask and what we trained on, then we should be okay.
All right, let's go backwards in time a little bit to the normal game and your thoughts on the whole game as it's completed.
The boys played well. You never want to give up an early goal. It's not, what you planned, but they fought back. And then we never really stopped attacking, which, I'm excited about. No matter, being down a goal or up two, they just continued to push forward, and that's kind of what we look for.
All right, let's talk about Zane Baker for a minute because, why not? The guy's just on fire right now. Can't do anything wrong as far as soccer goes at this particular point. Gets the game winner with 3 seconds left against Edwardsville. Gets the first goal to tie it up against Normal, and then just puts on one of the most perfect soccer passes I've ever seen. And Luke didn't have to do much to score that second goal.
Yeah, Zane's always been great. We are fortunate to have him back this year. He's a smart player. He's very athletic. He listens to us during training, and that assist that he had to Luke just kind of shows the things that we've really been focusing on: getting to the end line, getting runners into the box, and playing an appropriate ball across.
And I don't like to leave guys out. I know that I focus on a couple of guys that have scored goals here and scored goals there, and I don't really do that with the intentions of leaving people out. But man, you got your Spencer Pies, who is just the best ball thrower when it comes to those restarts that you've ever seen. Trey Shibish, he's gotten a couple of really key assists here in the playoff, and you just have a whole team full of these guys, don't you?
Yes, having this many seniors, not even just seniors, just a very good group of young men. We're fortunate this year. Everybody knows their role, and even if they don't, they buy into what we're talking about. Taking Trey Shibish from center mid and sticking him at a left back. While that wasn't his plan at the beginning of the year, he's bought into it, and we've had success while doing it.
Defensively, man, I can't say enough about your defense right now either. You guys have only allowed 2 goals in these playoffs thus far, and they seem to be getting better and better every game.
Yes, their communication is better. Their movement as a group is better. And we've kept some very good attackers in check this year, or this playoff run. Hopefully we continue that tonight because they got some pretty good players.
And after the defense, your last line there to stop anything from going to the net, Tate Wyatt. He's been having a fantastic playoff season.
Yes, Tate's been lights out. Throughout the year, Tate has shown his growth as a goalkeeper, his growth as a leader on the field. He's talking much more. He's taking charge of the back line. He's helping Zach make sure everybody is marked up. Tate's been wonderful.
Now, you guys did play this team 4 years ago at home in the Gateway Classic. I went back and did my homework because I'm having a hard time finding anything about this team. But you guys beat them that day, and I looked at the scoring. I'm like, okay, this is 4 years ago. There's not going to be any of these current kids on this roster that had anything to do with that game. Wrong I was. Logan Whitehead, as a freshman, had 2 goals in that game.
Yes, that was a freezing game. It was a freezing Saturday morning. They came out, I remember they were winning 1 or 2 to 1 at halftime. And then we came back, we stormed back in the second half. Again, they're well coached, they're a talented group of players. They were then, I imagine they are now. So we just need to be prepared tonight.
What do you know about them? Because I couldn't find much.
Well, you know, I'm lucky enough to have all the all-sectional lists and all-state lists. They have a very good goalkeeper. He's an all-stater, and it's a hard thing to do to be an all-state goalkeeper. There's only 5 in the state. They have 2 all-sectional players, but there's also 11 men on the field, and 3 of them can't do everything.
All right, so from your perspective and the coach of the Kahawks, what does your team have to do tonight to get you guys to the state?
Defend well like we have, and just continue to play the same style that we've had. Defend well first, and then attack with our attackers. Let them do their thing, and then support them as needed.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck out there tonight.
Thank you.
As I said, Coach Rob Lukey of your Collinsville Kahawks. We will take a break here on the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the starting rosters coming your way, and we'll have more names to go along with the more numbers. All that and more coming up on the Kahawks Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
I'm my team's #1 fan. I've never been #1 at anything until I put these babies on. Do I know where I'm going? Absolutely. We're going to the playoffs.
Allstate guarantees your rates won't go up just because of an accident, starting the day you sign up.
So get accident forgiveness from Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
It's good to be in good hands.
Get protection plus unique extras. Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Bradley Bourbonnais High School. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Andy Sellens along with you. And we're glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we are just about set here for boys championship soccer action. It is the Super Sectional Championship game between Collinsville and Mount Carmel. How did they get here, you may ask? Well, Collinsville got here mostly at home. Well, actually, all of it at home. Mount Carmel had to make a bunch of road trips, so we'll begin with them. They had their regionals at Tinley Park, where they downed Tinley Park 3-0 in the regional semifinal game, and then posted a 5-0 win over Palos Heights in the regional championship game. That got them on to sectional play, where they downed Orland Park at Orland Park by a score of 1-0, and then they downed Harvey Thornton by a score of 2-0 to win the sectional championship game. So no goals allowed through the first 4 playoff games for Mount Carmel. For Collinsville, they downed Granite City 4-0 to open up their regional play in semifinal action. Then they took care of Quincy 3-0 in the regional championship game before they moved on to sectional play. So no goals allowed in regional play, and then sectional play comes along, and Edwardsville gets a goal on a penalty kick, but that's the only one that the Tigers score, and Collinsville wins 2-1. On a goal scored by Zane Baker with 3.7 seconds left in the game. That pushed Collinsville into the sectional championship game versus Normal. Normal scored the first goal. Collinsville got the next 2, and that was all she wrote, folks. Collinsville wins the sectional championship game by a score of 2-1. First sectional championship for the Kahawks, Chris Kettler, since 2007.
2007, Kahawks won the sectional, and then played a super game, and that was 2 classes, and then they got to the quarterfinals and lost to Barrington up in the state quarterfinals. So that was the last time Collinsville has made it this far.
Yeah, and that was the year after that. They ended up changing things to this current format where we have super sectionals. That was the last year that Collinsville made it to state, so to speak. And really, if you want to go back and look at the last time they made it to state was in 1996, if you consider state the Final Four, and Collinsville took second place that year after a 2-0 loss to St. Charles in the championship game. Have not been able to find a lot on Mount Carmel. I asked the head coach to send me a roster and some stats and other information. Well, I got the roster, and he gave me their updated record and told me how long he's been their head coach, but didn't attach any stats. So I do not know any stats when it comes to Mount Carmel. So we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll pass along the starting rosters to you. That'll be next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And once again, we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Bradley Bourbonnais High School. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Andy Sullins along with you. We are just about ready to go. These two teams have been introduced here to the crowd from both schools, and the national anthem has been played. Collinsville, they'll be dressed in their white uniforms here tonight with the purple numbers on the front and the back. The Caravan, they are dressed in brown and white, and they have white numbers on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys, and here is their starting lineup. Sergio Valencia will be the senior goalkeeper. In front of him, you'll find Damian Rincon, Antonio Valencia, Giovanni Pete, Alex Gongoria, Felix Mendoza, Duncan Luning, Christian Leon, Stanley Pete, Daniel Favela, and Nadim Gomez. For Collinsville, Tate Wyatt will be the man in front of the goal, and in front of him, you will find Ethan Wilhold, Zane Baker, Trey Shibish, Luke Liljegren, Spencer Pies, Donovan Scott Gass, Logan Whitehead, Zach Covey, Trey Simpson, and Spencer Vlasic. Spencer Vlasic is the only non-senior that is getting the start tonight. These two teams are ready to go, and so are we. Collinsville will be attacking the goal to your right to start off with, as Sergio Valencia is down there ready to man the pipes for Mount Carmel, dressed all in pink, while Tate Wyatt is on the other end of the field with the black pants and the green shirt on for Collinsville. We are underway.
Finally underway. It's been a long day, lots of travel to get here, and finally game time.
A couple of more tidbits of information, if you will, for Mount Carmel. It's an all-boys Catholic school about a mile off the shore there of Lake Michigan, just south of the Hyde Park area. They took second place in boys soccer in 2016 under their current coach, Antonio Godinez. Other than that, they have a few other championships in their school. They have 12 football championships. Their first one was in 1980, and their last one was actually back-to-back championships in 2012 and 2013. They have 3 baseball championships, 1 basketball, and a wrestling champ, actually 3 times on the wrestling side of things. They were champs. But we're underway here for soccer. Here is Valencia sending the ball out off of the head of Spencer Vlasic at midfield, and that's where play takes place right now. Caravan trying to move the ball up as They have not allowed a goal this whole postseason. Collinsville has allowed 2 in their last 2 games. One of those was a penalty kick goal. And then, of course, Normal scored the first goal in the sectional championship game, but then Collinsville comes back and scores both goals to win that one by a score of 2-1. Valencia tracks down another ball, and now he'll send it back out to midfield. And there, they jockey for position on the play as Zane Baker comes away with it momentarily. Actually, that's Shibish over there on the far side. Collinsville trying to work it upfield as these two teams try to feel each other out here in the first couple of minutes as this game gets underway. Now Collinsville sends it up, trying to spring Zane Baker free in the middle of the field, but that was blocked out by the defense of the Caravan. And now Collinsville's defense will send it on back even deeper, and then the Kahawks will push the ball up. There's Trey Simpson. Had the ball for a moment, lost it, and then Felix Mendoza will just once again send the ball back to his goalkeeper, Sergio Valencia. Valencia will get it out of there before Logan Whitehead can put on any pressure. Now Collinsville back at midfield will send the ball back to their defense once again as Zach Covey sends it back up past midfield off of the head of one of the Caravan players and back over into their offensive side, but then that ball will end up rolling out of bounds. Last touched by Mount Carmel, so Collinsville will get a throw in all the way over there on the far side of the field. It comes in off of the head of Logan Whitehead and all the way down into the middle to Zane Baker. He's being triple teamed by the defense, so he'll just send the ball on back to Spencer Pies. Pies sends it up into the offensive zone off of a body, comes down to the near side sideline, and the Caravan will take over from there. Nadim Gomez sends the ball up back to midfield then off of the head of Spencer Vlasic and back into Collinsville's offensive zone. Collinsville has done a pretty good job of keeping the ball on the offensive side of things here in the early going, but again, these two teams probably just in that feel-out process right now.
Yeah, Kahok's getting better percentage of the play so far, and they're in. Caravan is really willing to work it back more to their defense, look for them holes, but the Kahawks have had the better percentage of the offensive play so far.
Zach Covey sends it up, and Collinsville has a chance, and then one of the Caravan players bumps the Kahawk player down on the play. That was Luke Liljegren, and now we have a whistle, and it's going to be against Collinsville, and it's going to be a free kick here for the Caravan, but albeit from about 85 yards away.
The earlier play, Giovanni Pete of Mount Carmel misplayed a little bit, and Liljegren was almost able to capitalize on that, but Pete cleared him off of the ball.
Defense taking care of the free kick here, right in front of Sergio Valencia. And that one travels far, deepest into the offensive zone for the Caravan. That ball has been here in the early going, and now Collinsville trying to get it back and send it on up. They do so. And it's going to be a little bit too far for Zane Baker to chase it down. So the Caravan will get the ball back, and Nadim Gomez will throw the ball in. He's right underneath our broadcast location here on this near side sideline. He gets the ball right back, and then he sends it deep into the offensive zone. But 3 Collinsville defenders are going back for it, and it is Shibish, I believe, that gets there first. And then we have a whistle on the play, and that one's going to go against Mount Carmel. So Collinsville will have a free kick restart to get this thing going on here. Let's thank Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking can take care of all the hefty living when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more, including giving your heavy equipment where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate. Chapman Trucking, LLC at 618-960-9346 or online, chapmantruckingllc.net. Play over on the far side of the field in Collinsville's defensive area. With the ball off of his chest is Daniel Favela. Favela then sends the ball up. Covey sends it right back out, and Favela will go chase it down, and that ball will end up going over his head. And then chasing it down is Felix Mendoza. He'll send the ball up, and it'll end up going out of bounds, and Collinsville will have a throw-in restart that Spencer Pies will take care of on the near side sideline down in the Collinsville Kahawk defensive end. Here is Gomez. Sends the ball over to midfield and then over onto the far side. Mount Carmel player bringing it up that far side sideline, then sends a pass in the middle, but that's tipped off and right onto the feet of Zach Covey. Covey will then send the ball up to Collinsville, and Luke Liljegren over on the far side trying to wrestle it down. He did not succeed in that endeavor, and the Caravan bring it back up as they try to get some offensive push going on here. And then a shove down from behind of Trey Shibish. No call on the play. And Collinsville works the ball up to Logan Whitehead. Whitehead over on the far side. Liljegren just lets that ball go, and it's off of one of the Mount Carmel players and out of bounds, so Collinsville will have a throw-in from midfield. Up the far sideline it goes. Does not go out of bounds, so play stays alive, and Liljegren and Whitehead over there trying to get that ball back into their possession, but they couldn't, and play takes place now back at the midfield area. And now we're going to have a whistle against Mount Carmel once again, and Collinsville will have a free kick from about 50 yards away.
I called that one farther back, but Simpson almost stayed with it there. Chaos get this restart.
And into the box it goes, and there is a nice save from keeping it from going across and out of bounds by Zane Baker, trying to keep that ball alive, but he pushes it right to Valencia for the easy save.
Kahoks turn around quickly there on the restart, looking to find Baker there deep in the box and see if he can cross over to somebody.
Valencia sends that one up, but it's blocked out before it gets to midfield by Trey Simpson. Collinsville trying to come away with it once again. Up to Zane Baker. Zane Baker has been the hot hand recently here for Collinsville, scoring the game winner against Edwardsville with 3.7 seconds left. Scored the first goal against Normal, and then with a big assist on the second goal to beat the Iron in the sectional championship game. Another free kick coming up here for Collinsville. Zach Covey's going to take it right underneath our location. He pops it to the front of the box, down, and Zane Baker, boy, if he could have just got that ball off his body and down to his feet, might have had a chance for a golden opportunity there, but it skips past him. Now Pies sends it back up into the middle, but it's blocked out by the defense. Chipping in on the defense for Collinsville is Spencer Vlasic. He gets it over to Zane Baker. Baker tries a center to Logan Whitehead, who's standing right in the middle of the field, but not happening. Collinsville with some good chances there.
Opened up a little bit there, some few good chances there, but no big breakdowns from Mount Carmel. Kahoks don't get any good shots off.
Sergio Valencia will send it back out to midfield. Ethan Wilhold uses his head to send it back into the offensive zone, and Collinsville will try to rekey that offense attack as that ball ends up getting away and taken by Felix Mendoza for Mount Carmel. And now a whistle against Collinsville on the play will give Mount Carmel a free kick from midfield. 31 minutes left to play here in this first half, and we have an injured player down.
They stop the clock here. Yeah, injured player over there, about 25 for Mount Carmel.
Yeah, Carmel player is down, so we will go ahead and take ourselves a commercial break. Back in just a moment here with more from the Super Sectional Championship game in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call 346-4884.
Nadim Gomez is the injured player from Mount Carmel down on the field. He is not walking off under his own power. He's trying, but he's being helped by a couple of coaches as he is favoring that left leg. And he'll have to go back to the bench for a little bit, at least. Kahoks, of course, 4-time state champions in boys soccer. 1981, 1986, 1991, and 92. The 81 and the 86 championships were under Jim Strands, who also guided the team to a second-place finish in 1985. And the back-to-back champions in 1991 and 92. The head coach then was Ron Rowden. And besides that second-place finish in 1996, the last time Collinsville made it to the Final Four, he also guided his team to a third-place finish in 1993. We are back to action. And a free kick blocked out by the Collinsville defense. As Mount Carmel puts on a little offensive pressure for the first time tonight. Trey Shibish gets that ball up the far side sideline. And then Luke Liljegren in a battle over there. He did not win that battle. He ends up knocking the ball out of bounds, so the Caravan will throw it in over on the far side sideline. And they will send it up. Collinsville and their defense comes out, though. Moving it up on the far side. Here's a chance for Collinsville on the left wing. A little bit of a misfire on the shot there by Luke Liljegren. And it just did not have enough steam to get anywhere. And that was easy enough for the Caravan to take care of. We now have a whistle on the play, and Collinsville is going to get a free kick from just on top of the bubble there outside of the box.
This Liljegren last second there decided to take an off-angle shot, center it there, but Logan White had it over pursued too much. But now look at this free kick from a good centered angle here, not far out.
Zach Covey and Trey Shibish are there. We'll see which one actually takes the kick. It's going to be Shibish. He puts it on, and it's too high. Had the right angle, just a little bit too much underneath it. As that one goes over the net. And that means Sergio Valencia will have another goal kick restart here for Mount Carmel. So Nadim Gomez, the sophomore midfielder, on the bench right now after a little bit of an injury. Christian Leon is a freshman. They've got a couple of freshmen on their varsity roster, does Mount Carmel, and the only one playing is Leon. Here is a pass from way downfield and trying to get the ball to Zane Baker, but Baker couldn't catch up to it. And the ball ends up out of bounds, last touched by Mount Carmel, so Collinsville will get a throw-in restart here from Mr. Spencer Pies. He's been doing his thing all year, and he's been doing it very well. Most of his assists have come from throw-ins this year.
Throw this one straight in the box, get ahead on it.
Right out in front of the box and off of a head, and then down on the ground it goes, and Mount Carmel sends the ball out of there. Back to the defense. Oh, there's a misgive right there. There's a giveaway, and they're trying to bring the ball up, and Daniel Favala is going to streak in from over on the left side, and still trying to get around Spencer Pies, and Pies does a great job staying with him and gets the ball back downfield to midfield for Logan Whitehead. Whitehead skirts around one defender, kicks the ball off of that defender, and that's off of the arm, so Collinsville, well, they're not going to call it off the arm, are they?
Looking for a handball call there, and nothing came of it, but the Kahoks will get this throw in.
Collinsville will get the throw in from in between the two benches over on the far side of the field. 27:45 left to play here in this first half. No score. Here's a shot toward the goal by Trey Simpson, but it goes well wide over the far side post past Valencia, and Valencia will have another goal kick restart here coming up for Mount Carmel. Let's thank the City of Collinsville. You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on upcoming events in the city. Coming up next is the Christmas at the Collins House holiday celebration. That'll come up on Saturday, December the 1st. Here's a shot. Oh, he just went wide. Luke Liljegren was out in front all by himself. Couldn't square it away and ends up shooting that ball wide.
Didn't get a better chance than that.
Yeah.
Defender slipped down. Just straight Liljegren to the between the goal and Valencia, the goalkeeper, and he whiffed on the shot.
Valencia sends it back out. Anyway, that Collins House holiday celebration, tree lighting and all that stuff. December 1st from 5:30 to 8:30. For more information, you can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page. And as always, the City of Collinsville, a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and they wish all district athletes good luck this sports season. Play back out to midfield. Collinsville's definitely had the better of the opportunities here offensively, but nothing to show for it as of yet. Throw in coming from the far side for Mount Carmel. Comes down, stays on the far side of the field, and Mount Carmel comes away with it. A couple of few Collinsville players there, including Elvis Campos. Got a piece of that ball, but it ends up going out of bounds off of Campos, so another throw-in coming here for Mount Carmel. They do so over on the far side, and it's picked up by Collinsville and sent down the far side sideline where it goes out of bounds right in front of the Collinsville bench. Mount Carmel throwing the ball back in. Luke Liljegren tips it out toward midfield. And now Mount Carmel content on sending it back to their defense for a moment while they try to get things set up. There's a nice steal over there by Trey Shibish trying to feed Logan Whitehead over on that far side sideline. But he's in a little bit of a battle over there that he did not win. And the Caravans send the ball back out toward midfield. Luke Liljegren intercepts, though, and takes it up over on the far side sideline where he keeps it in bounds, and then it gets knocked out of bounds off of the defender for Mount Carmel. So Liljegren, well, thought for a minute he was going to throw it in, but instead he'll drop the ball down, and Spencer Pies will once again have a throw in. 25 minutes left to play.
So Pies throwing it in again. Got Donovan Scott gas ahead first, but Logan Whitehead couldn't settle the ball and getting kind of shot. Here comes the throw in.
Pies' throw in comes right into the middle and then ahead, sends it right back out, and then another well-placed shot by Trey Simpson goes a little bit wide. That's the second one in a row that he's had go wide to that far post.
Been able to thread the needle to get it through, but just not on line.
At midfield we are, and Damian Rincon sends it over onto the far side sideline, and then the Caravans send it back deeper into their defensive zone. So Collinsville lucks out there. Logan Whitehead chases it down on the left side, puts it in the middle. Zane Baker, oh! Still too hard by Elvis Campos, and I think Collinsville's got those big eyes, that big wide open net, and they just put a little bit too much into the shots, and it ends up going over.
Yeah, I saw it all. Centering pass to Baker, and he saw Campos trailing. Yeah, shot just goes too high.
So once again, Valencia will send the ball out to midfield, and off of the body there of Spencer Pies and sent up back into the box once again. Giovanni Pete circles with the ball, takes care of it for Mount Carmel and sends it up this near side sideline. Then Spencer Pies returns the ball up the sideline off of the head of Zane Baker and then onto the feet once again of Pete. And now the Caravan trying to work the ball out of there. Boy, that was a nice play there by Trey Simpson. He gets all pushed down by Felix Mendoza, and Collinsville will have another free kick here.
Simpson did a good job battling for the ball with Mendoza. Mendoza came back and got tangled up with Simpson after Simpson had cleared the ball away cleanly. The Kahoks get this free kick.
Trey Shibish sends it up into the box, and it is caught right on the shoe tops by the goalkeeper, Sergio Valencia. And he sends the ball right back out, and now we're probably going to have a whistle here against Collinsville.
Whistle called in, get Pies right here in front of us on the sideline.
Yeah, he took the feet out right from under Antonio Valencia, and Valencia went down hard. So the Caravan will bring the ball up. Here is Mendoza. Mendoza sends the ball up. Collinsville's defense will send it across the sideline, and looks like they're going to call Daniel Favela. Nope, they're not.
Ball cleared away by Vlasic, and no call on the collision. Mount Carmel throws it in.
Mendoza puts a shot toward the goal. Tate White has to come out to his right and make a diving stop. That appeared to be heading wide anyway, but Tate got a piece of it, sends it across the inline, and we're going to have our first corner kick of this game, and it's going to belong to Mount Carmel.
Didn't need to come out for that one. The shot was way wide, but the bouncer, Wyatt, ain't able to get clean, and yeah, this opens up the opportunity on the free kick for Mount Carmel.
Felix Mendoza will take this corner kick for the Caravan with 21:25 left. He puts it in the air, and it goes out the other side and off of a head out front and right into Tate Wyatt.
Perfect header out off the corner kick from Mount Carmel. Just dies a little bit there at Wyatt's, right where Wyatt's at, so he's able to make the save.
I believe that was Emmett Benito who got a head on that ball. And now play back in Collinsville's offensive zone, but just barely. And now we have a whistle on the play and another foul going to be called against the Caravan, and this one against Duncan Lunning. He's a tall kid out there, isn't he? Number 23. So he probably play some basketball as well. Here is Zach Covey. Nope, they're going to let Shibish take it in front of the box. Headed back out. Comes out toward midfield, and Mount Carmel will send it up into the offensive zone, but it has an angle, and that angle takes it out of bounds. So Collinsville will get the ball back as we are just about halfway through this first half. Spencer Pies ready with another throw in. Pies throws it, and it's sent back out by Mount Carmel. And Mount Carmel comes away with it. Here is Valencia. Moves the ball up. Nice play by Ethan Wilhold to steal that ball away. Now downfield it goes. Logan Whitehead trying to get there. He couldn't. Then it goes right in between the legs of Wilhold. And then Zach Covey will send the ball deep into Collinsville's offensive zone once again off of a body out front. And this ball is going to go across the end line. Collinsville is going to have their first corner kick.
As Stanley Pete puts his foot on it, and it doesn't go anywhere but over his own goal line. And now the Kahoks get a corner kick here coming up by Logan Whitehead.
Well, I'm sure that he was trying to send the ball back to Valencia. He just mishit it, and instead of going toward the goalkeeper, it went straight over the line. Whitehead sends the corner kick in front off of a head out front, and then it comes down for, Trey Shibish. Shibish thought he was going to slow it down long enough to get himself a shot, but he just couldn't. And then the Caravan will just send the ball out of bounds once again. And once again, Spencer Pies will handle the throw in. Pies throws it, trying to aim it for Logan Whitehead, but off of one of the Mount Carmel players, back out front. Now Pies with it again, and then one of the Mount Carmel players sends it out of bounds. Pies with another throw in, deep in front of the box, off of the head of Trey Simpson. Out front, Shibish trying to get there. He couldn't. Now Ethan Wilhold trying to chase down Emmett Benito over there on the far side. Benito over-pursued the ball, and that allowed Collinsville to send it right back into the offensive zone. Now a loose ball being picked up here on the right wing by Zane Baker. Baker puts on the brakes, puts on a spin move, gets around his defender, gets around another defender, comes in on the right wing, puts one toward the goal, and that was probably the closest chance Collinsville has had here for that one to actually be in the goal.
Zane Baker was looking to send it up to somebody, but all he could do was keep putting on great spin moves and shaking Caravan players. His shot goes off the top of the crossbar.
Valencia, he's been busy with some goal kick restarts here in this one. He sends this one out to midfield, and then Ethan Wilhold gets shoved down from behind by Duncan Luning. And another whistle against the Caravan.
We'll wait to see who won the ball after the collision. Kahoks now get the restart.
At midfield, Zach Covey will just send the ball over on a pass, and then it's popped up into the zone, and that's an easy catch for Sergio Valencia. As we remain scoreless, coming up on 17 minutes left to play here in this first half. Ball sent down into the Collinsville defensive zone. Spencer Pies uses his head. Ethan Wilhold does the same thing. Sends it down right onto the feet of Trey Simpson. Simpson trying to send a pass out front for Luke Liljegren, but Simpson got too much on that one, and it goes right to Valencia before Simpson could get there. Or before Luke Liljegren could, excuse me. Wilhold, he'll send it back up. Simpson again uses his head to get it to Liljegren. And now the ball popped back up, and Zane Baker trying to track it down. He can't, so he gets a little help from Trey Simpson. Now Baker turns around with the ball, sends it up, and almost got the ball right back off of one of the defenders. And now the defense for Mount Carmel, they'll send the ball up, and it's picked off there by Ethan Wilhold. He'll send it up to Simpson, and then the defense for the Caravan take it over and bring it back up. Here is Favala. Favala right in the middle of the field. He has some good moves. We saw those a little while ago, and now he gets around another Collinsville defender, sends it over to Valencia. Valencia comes in from the left wing, and he has his feet taken right out from underneath him by Spencer Pies. Good tackle, but it goes over the end line, and Mount Carmel will have their second corner kick. And again, it'll be taken by Felix Mendoza. Ball on the way, and there's Ethan Wilhold using that head again. He popped that ball right out of there, and the Caravan trying to keep it back in. It's going to go all the way back into the corner where it is centered, but there is no one there wearing the brown and white to put that ball anywhere close to the goal. As it goes out of bounds, Tate Wyatt will send us back to action.
I think Mendoza was about 10 miles offsides,
yeah,
and that's going to be the call here. Either way, Wyatt will restart it near the end zone goal line.
15 minutes left to play here in this first half. No score thus far between Collinsville and Mount Carmel. Winner moves on to the state championship round and will face a undefeated Libertyville team that is 20-0 after their win last night. Here's Zach Covey. Covey sends the ball deep into the Collinsville offensive zone and off of Luke Liljegren. He settles the ball down, trying to turn around with it, and he'll send it back up the sideline to Trey Shibish. Shibish pops it toward the goal, and volleyball-style save by Valencia. And now Ethan Wilhold goes up high for that ball and lands hard on the way down, but he's back up, and he's moving forward, as is Spencer Vlasic. He sends the ball back down into the offensive zone, and Mount Carmel will pop the ball up out back toward midfield, and now Spencer Pies is going to get called for a little jump over the back there of his number 9 counterpart, Antonio Valencia. Now over here on the near side, pushed up to midfield. Here once again is Mendoza. Mendoza loses control of the ball for a moment, but not enough, and then his teammate, Daniel Favala, gets a hold of it. But Collinsville will send the ball deep back down to the zone once again, but a little bit too far for Luke Liljegren to track it down. The ball ends up going out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Mount Carmel.
A little shove there as soon as the ball gets thrown in on the far side.
13:20 left to play here in this first half. No score. You figure you get to this point in the season when you're down to 1 win away from getting into the state championship round, and they're not going to be very many high-scoring games at this point. You're talking about 1-0, 2-1 scores.
That showed in the sectional. Both games were 2-1. One goal could do it here tonight.
There's a ball off the head and down and over the goal. Man, oh man, Zane Baker almost had another one. Almost. And Mount Carmel, they won their sectional games 1-0 and 2-0. So scoring is at a minimum once you make it this far. Usually. There are some outlier games there, I'm sure, but for the most part, they're all low scoring. Here is Logan Whitehead trying to wrestle the ball away from Felix Mendoza, but Mendoza wins that battle and moves the ball up to Valencia. Valencia right at midfield had that ball picked off on a pass attempted right for midfield by Trey Simpson, but Simpson's pass didn't have enough juice on it to get it up to Logan Whitehead. So Mendoza will send the ball up and off of the body of Spencer Pies and out of bounds. Throw in from midfield. This one will come from Giovanni Pete. Pete throws the ball in, and it's sent right back off of the foot of Spencer Pies. Let's thank Metro East Roofing and Guttering, locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahok alums, Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. Located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville, Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company that you know and trust. Give them a call at 618-345-5679 for your free estimate, and you can visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. Play back to midfield. Mendoza sends it up. Collinsville picks it off and sends it back, but if maybe only for a moment, as Giovanni Pete sends the ball back up off of the referee right outside of the midfield circle. She blows the whistle. And now talking to Logan Whitehead as she goes by him. It's going to be a free kick restart here at midfield for Mount Carmel, taken by Pete. He sends the ball deep and over onto the far side. And again, Ethan Wilhold uses his head to get that ball out of there, and then off of the body, hard off of the body of Spencer Vlasic. And back out front, Mount Carmel starting to spend a little bit more time in their offensive zone now, as opposed to the first 15 minutes or so of this game. That was a nice play again by Trey Simpson. He's been all over the place so far tonight.
All over the place, stepping up, hold off defense there, and he's had some shots he tried to get through. Now the Kahoks just keep knocking the ball out of bounds.
Pete will throw it in again. And this time it stays down and sent back out to the midfielders. Here is Rincon sending the ball up. And then a shot that goes off of the right upright of the football goal post. So Collinsville will get a goal kick restart to send us back to action here with 9:45 left to play. In this first half, we are scoreless thus far.
I think we learned that Mount Carmel's Favela has some good moves there, but he kept them to a minimum, just turn around and see what he could put behind a shot, but it went high.
Ethan Wilhold gets pushed down from behind right after he heads that ball back into Collinsville's offensive zone, and that's going to be a foul against Mount Carmel, so Collinsville will get a free kick from midfield. All the way over on the far side. Ball on the way. Comes down onto the feet of Luke Liljegren. Liljegren trying to thread a needle and send it through the legs of one of the defenders to Wilhold, who was waiting on the other side, but Caravan had other ideas, and now Liljegren gets the ball back to Logan Whitehead. Whitehead sends it up the far side sideline. Liljegren from the left wing puts one on toward the goal, but it comes out the other side, and now Collinsville trying to track it down, and Caravan just send it out of bounds just before Elvis Campos could get there. And now Spencer Pies will have another throw in from about 10 yards away from where the corner kick area is. Pies on the way, throws it high and in front off of a body, and then farther back out front, being chased down by Donovan Scott Gass over on the far side. He'll let it go out of bounds, and Spencer Pies will have to trot from one side of the field to the other for another throw in.
Reset and do the same thing, maybe about a yard or two farther back.
No wind to speak of here tonight, so the wind's not having any effect on the ball whatsoever.
Unlike the regional game against Quincy where it was windy.
Oh, geez, yeah.
There is nothing here today.
Flags are not moving anywhere. Pies, far side, throw in. This one stays a little bit lower, popped off of a head, and now down. And the Caravan pop it up in the air and send it closer. And Liljegren tries a little back heel kick.
Get a corner kick
That's
out of that.
going to be, yeah, Collins was going to get a corner kick out of that, huh?
Liljegren sent it off of 41 Pete of Mount Carmel, and it just happens to go over the inline here, and Kahoks get their second corner kick.
Trey Shibish will take this one. And it is on the way. It stays low, and then off of a head out front belonging to the Caravan, comes down onto the feet of Campos. A couple of tries at it, but blocked out front. Liljegren goes and chases it down in the corner before that ball is then pushed out of bounds, and Collinsville will have another corner kick. This one coming from the opposite side. And again, it'll be Trey Shibish.
Out back-to-back corner kicks. The last one stayed low and was cleared out by Mount Carmel, but not cleared out enough. Kahoks get another chance.
Shibish sends this one, and he sends it out front. That one doesn't touch a body at all, and it's going to come all the way out the other side, and Collinsville will lose possession of the ball with 6.5 minutes to go here in this first half. We are scoreless. Ball comes down, and Felix Mendoza Sends the ball up, and then it's rejected and sent back, and the defense will send it the rest of the way up. And that ball is going to end up going out of bounds, and Spencer Pies will have another throw in. Now we have substitution going on as Elvis Campos heads to the bench, and Trey Simpson comes back in to take his place. Throw in up the near side sideline. Went right over the head of Zane Baker and smacked the defender right in the face that was behind him. And now Mount Carmel will send it up here to the near side sideline. That is Stanley Pete. Pete will send it over to Mendoza. Mendoza will then send it back to his defense, Giovanni Pete. He'll send it deep into Collinsville's defensive zone, and that's headed out of there by Zach Covey. Covey misses that one, but then a whistle on the play. We'll give the ball back to Collinsville.
Covey still trying to gain control on the ball there, and Valencia kicks it high up towards his head there, and they're going to call a dangerous play on that one, give Collinsville the ball.
Zach Covey will send it back into Collinsville's offensive zone, takes a couple of bounces. Luke Liljegren pops it into the box, and then Valencia will come way out of his goal area and make a sliding stop of that ball when there wasn't really a lot of pressure being put on. Liljegren was the only one over there. Valencia pops it out to midfield. Shibish sends it right back to where it came from. Trey Simpson there trying to get the ball and move it upfield, but he can't as Mount Carmel comes away with it. Back to the defensive zone it goes. Giovanni Pete with it. He'll send it over to this side for Stanley Pete. Into the middle of the field it goes, and Collinsville trying to track it down. They will send it back to their defense, and Covey sends it up and out of bounds. Throw in. Coming from Giovanni Pete, the junior midfielder for Mount Carmel. A little battle for the ball right near midfield. And a Caravan send it, but then Collinsville picks it off and sends it up that far side sideline. Trying to chase it down is Trey Simpson before it goes out of bounds, and then he's pushed down.
Well, unnecessary there. Ball going to go out of bounds, and Caravan take a very unnecessary foul along the sideline on Trey Simpson.
Yeah, and Simpson ended up taking a tumble onto the track. That probably doesn't feel good. Free kick coming from about 20 yards away, but it's going to take place over there on that far side sideline, almost like a corner kick, just 20 yards away from the corner.
Now they're going to stop the clock.
Well, they are. Stop the clock with 3:20.
Guess they sent him off with a card on that play?
I think they're going to, because she's reaching into her pocket for something.
Well, he's already went off over here, right there at midfield.
All right.
And he's looking to come back in already. So Pete sent off with the card on that play.
First yellow card issued here in this game, and now Trey Shibish over on the far side taking care of a free kick. It's on the way and headed out for a moment, and then Valencia steps on it, but it still comes out. And Collinsville and Shibish will send it, off of a body. That had to hurt. Here is Liljegren. Turns around with a spinning ball. He'll send it back over here to Spencer Pies. Pies will send the ball into the box. It's headed right back out. Collinsville trying to keep up the pressure here on the offensive side of things, and they will have another throw in here from just underneath our location. And Spencer Pies will throw this in with about 2:45 left to play here in this first half. No halftime show. We have no other games going on in the soccer world. This is the only one tonight. Everything else was played last night. Volleyball has a night off as well, so really nothing to tell you about, so we will not have a halftime show for you. Another free kick coming up here for Collinsville. This one about 25 yards away. It's popped up into the box, and a loose ball kept alive by Collinsville, put in front, and a whistle must have blew because that looked way too easy, and it was, as Ethan Wilhold got that pass and shoved it right into the net, but there was already a stoppage in play.
said Whitehead didn't get to it before it went out of bounds. This will allow Mount Carmel to get Pete back in there these final 2 minutes.
So Valencia, who has kept his leg busy tonight, sends it back out. Now a whistle against Collinsville right at midfield. We'll give Mount Carmel a free kick with 1:40 left to play and stop the clock again.
Well, maybe when Trey Simpson took that tumble across the track, might have got a cut up or something as the referee sees something on him. And
yeah, I got some blood on his elbow.
Blood, points to his arm and sends him off, and we're back to play action.
Mount Carmel into their offensive zone, trying to shake things up a bit, but out to midfield it comes for Logan Whitehead. Whitehead will send it down deeper into the offensive zone, and the defense for Mount Carmel will get there just before Collinsville kind of tried to get there with a steal. Now the ball comes down to Antonio Valencia. He breaks in, and Ethan Wilhold was there at the right spot at the right time. Got enough of that ball to send it back the other direction, and now Spencer Pies will really send it back down in the other direction as Logan Whitehead gives it a chase down, and the ball pops backwards over his head, and he has to retreat. Back out to midfield we go. Here is Felix Mendoza. Mendoza sends it over on the far side for Pete. Pete will try to send it back to Mendoza, but Ethan Wilhold got a hold of that ball first and sends it all the way down. Valencia comes out, makes a save after a couple of bounces. Final 30 seconds left to play here in this first half. Valencia sends the ball back out to midfield.
Don't write it off just yet. We learned in the Edwards game.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of time left, no matter how much time there is.
And now a whistle against Mount Carmel again, so Collinsville will have a free kick. It's from a long ways away, and with only 10 seconds left, they stop the clock again.
Well, Favela stays. He's got to give way there. Kahoks trying to get the restart. Favela stayed in front of the ball the whole time, wasn't clearing out, and she'll give him a card and send him off and stop the clock and give the Kahoks these last 10 seconds.
Well, Collinsville will get this free kick with 10 seconds left. Whether they have enough time to do anything with it remains to be seen.
Favela not giving away and trying to delay the game.
Diego Fox comes in off the bench. Kick is on the way. It's angled toward that far sideline, and it'll go out of bounds over there, and the final couple of seconds will tick off the clock. And that'll do it for the first half of play. No score between Collinsville and Mount Carmel. We'll take a break here and get some liquid refreshment. And then we'll come back and have the second half for you. We'll do that in just mere moments here on the Kahok Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville, online, weshipstlouis.com, or call 346-4884. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff, like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com.
And we welcome you back to the broadcast booth here at Bradley Bourbonnais High School. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Andy Sullins along with you. 1/2 of action already completed and no scoring to speak of as we are about ready to begin the second half of play. Each teams have had a couple of opportunities, but Chris Kettler, I think that Collinsville probably had the better of the opportunities in that first half.
Yeah, Collinsville definitely had, I'd say, most of the better opportunities. There are no real big mistakes that capitalized by Mount Carmel. Tate Wyatt only had to maybe make about 2 shots. No real strikers out there by Mount Carmel. So it's fitting that it's a 0-0 game here.
Yeah, Collinsville has had their chances.
Yeah, some chances out there. Nothing too terrible by Mount Carmel that you're thinking, other than Elvis Campos just sending one up real high. I think both teams are going to be positive here, coming out of the second half, thinking they can still come away with a win.
Well, we are just about ready to get things underway here in the second half. Collinsville will get to keep the ball, or get to start off with the ball, as Ethan Wilhold is right at midfield. He takes care of it. Collinsville sends it into the offensive zone right off the bat. We are underway here in half number 2. Logan Whitehead tried to split the defense. Matter of fact, I think he tried to do more than split the defense. There was about 5 of them down there, and he tried to get around all of them. But the defense will send the ball back up to midfield. Ethan Wilhold will send it off of his head one more time, and Collinsville continues that push forward, and Wilhold has the ball bank off of his shin and out of bounds, and now the Caravan will get their first opportunity to be in control of the ball here as they throw it up this near side sideline. And again, it comes out of bounds, so Collinsville gets the throw in right back, and Logan Whitehead sends it to Luke Liljegren right down here underneath our location. Sent up by Donovan Scott Gass, defender. Pete sends it right back out with the head, and out to midfield it goes. Vlasic will send it right back down. Up against that far side sideline, trying to chase it down over there is Trey Shibish, but he couldn't get there in time. Ball goes out of bounds, and the Caravan will have another throw in all the way over on the far side. Comes out to Ward midfield, but Spencer Pies is there to use his head to send that ball right back in. Kahawks trying to keep up some offensive pressure here in the early moments of this second half as they push the ball up.
Seems like we just went into another feeling out process here, like the start of the game, just volleying it back and forth here with not much going on.
Now Zane Baker comes away with it, and then he tangles up with a player over on the far side, and they're going to call that one against Mr. Baker.
Yeah, he ends up basically covering the ball up down on the ground, impeding Mount Carmel from getting to it. Baker will have to take that call, but the restart will come way back here deep in the zone.
Popped up into the offensive zone of the Caravan, and then Shibish will use his head to pop it back to Tate Wyatt, and Wyatt will send us back to a restart here. Just a couple minutes into the second half, and we remain scoreless. Wyatt sends the ball deep. Logan Whitehead comes away with it, sends one toward the goal, and it's just wide again. Boy, I tell you what, Collinsville has had their chances. We've seen some go wide. We've seen some go high. And they have had some opportunities, just can't get that ball to settle down right for them right now.
Offsides, maybe before he even got a shot off anyway, but still would like to see the shot stay a little more on angle even if that call wasn't made.
Valencia sends it back out now for Mount Carmel. And now we're going to have a whistle against Collinsville. And Mount Carmel will get a free kick here from about 40 yards away. Well, it's all about who made the halftime adjustments, right? There's a shot right off the crossbar. Boy, oh boy, Collinsville dodged a bullet there as Tate Wyatt went up high to get that ball, but he missed it, and it bounced right off of that crossbar.
Just thought it was going to go over cleanly and ended up going up off of the crossbar. Then Wyatt has to make a diving save, and as he does that, it goes over the end line, and Mount Carmel will get a corner kick.
Mendoza takes that corner kick and off of a head of one of the Collinsville players again, and this time Zach Covey will send the ball out of bounds and get it away from the goal. Throw in. That comes from Sergio Mendeta. And down. Collinsville trying to corral it back and push it up and get some offense going. That was a little scary right there. Ball sent back into the zone and headed down by Spencer Pies. Ethan Wilhold giving it a chase down, pops it in for Logan Whitehead. Whitehead looking, spinning, pops it up into the box for Luke Liljegren, but too far, and Valencia comes out and makes an easy save.
How quickly things ramp up here. Both teams were moving it back and forth without a lot of consequence, and now some chances for both teams.
Ball ends up going out of bounds over on the far side, thrown back in by Antonio Valencia as he tries to move it around Wilhold. Baker over there as well. They get it between both of them, and then the ball ends up going out of bounds over on the far side. And Collinsville will have a throw in here. Spencer Pies will take it all the way over on the far side, pretty much right in front of the corner kick flag. Off of the head of Shibish and out front, but Mount Carmel comes away with it, and another high shot. This one goes off of the football crossbar. And Tate Wyatt will send us back with a goal kick restart. Well, if you're looking to buy a new home or sell your current one, you can trust the Blaylock team of RE/MAX Alliance with all of your real estate needs. If you buy or sell with the Blaylocks, they will donate $200 to your favorite Kahok Booster Club. Call Peyton or Emily Blaylock today at 618-780-4622. You can visit them online at www.blaylockteam.com. Logan Whitehead with it at midfield. Tries to send it up for Luke Liljegren. Liljegren is going to track down the ball over here on this near side sideline and then look for some help or somewhere to move. He takes it up the sideline. He got a little bit too much on it. That ball is going to go across the end line. Tried to pass it to himself, but passed it to himself a little too hard.
Maybe you're hoping to send it off the defender there. They'll send it too long, and maybe you can set up a corner kick or a deep throw in. But it goes over the end line off Kahoks.
So Valencia will send us back to another goal kick restart. Out to midfield it comes. Collinsville, their defense going to track it down. Zach Covey sends the ball up to Luke Liljegren. Uses his foot and pops that into the zone a little farther, but one of the defenders for Mount Carmel was already there and waiting. And that defender, Christian Leon, still with the ball, sends it up to his teammate, Lunning. And on the near side, that ball ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville will get the throw in. It'll be Donovan Scott Gass who will take this one. Much to the chagrin, apparently, of the Mount Carmel fans that made the trip about an hour away from here. Took us about 3 hours and 40 minutes to make the trip. As Mount Carmel is mounting some pressure here, as Collinsville staying with it, and out front, Kahoks kick the ball away. Comes out to Luke Liljegren in the midfield area, and then Liljegren is tripped up, and Collinsville will have a free kick. It'll be from way far away, but the Kahawks will have the ball in their possession. And it's already sent up by Shibish. Off of the head of one of the Mount Carmel players, Zane Baker over there trying to put that ball toward the goal, but it bounces away from him, and now he's caught over there with two defenders, and one of those defenders from Mount Carmel comes away with it and then holds Zane Baker as Baker tries to go for the ball. And Collinsville will have another free kick, this one from about 30 yards away. Covey or Shibish ready to take this one over there on the far side. It's on the way. In the box, and oh, what a save by Valencia. Ho, ho. Off of the head of Logan Whitehead, and Valencia was there in the right spot at the right time and made the save.
Hawks had a couple of guys down there.
Valencia makes a fantastic save down there. Collinsville has to go back to work. No score. Coming up on 31 minutes left to play here in this second half. Mount Carmel tries to send it up, but it's off the body of Donovan Scott Gass, and now Elvis Campos trying to wrestle it away from Damian Rincon, and he can't as Mount Carmel comes away with it. And then the ball out of bounds over on the far side, so it'll be a throw-in for Mount Carmel. And they throw the ball right down onto the feet of Daniel Favala. But Favala couldn't get there, and Collinsville sends it back out to midfield, but that didn't last very long as the Caravan send it back up, but now Collinsville will send it into the offensive zone, and Valencia will just back up and let that ball roll to him. And with 30 minutes and half a minute, 30 and a half minutes, I'm trying to say, left to go here in the second half, we are still scoreless. Here is Spencer Pies trying that bicycle kick to send that ball back up the other way. There's a rolling ball that goes across the end line, so once again, Tate Wyatt will have a goal kick restart. Let's thank the Junior Service Club of Collinsville. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in Collinsville. For information on any fundraising event hosted by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, you can visit the Collinsville Junior Service Club's Facebook page. More time for the Caravan in their offensive zone. That ball popped into the air and trying to head it out of there, and there's another high shot. Well, Collinsville had their fair share of high shots in that first half, and now Mount Carmel's trying to catch up in the high shot department.
Yeah, it was still bouncing up high there right in front of Leon, so naturally his shot was elevated and went up over the goal. Kahoks dodged another bullet there.
Tate Wyatt will send the ball back out. Out to midfield. Off of the head of Donovan Gass and sent up front. Logan Whitehead tracks it down, trying to move his way deeper into the offensive zone, trying to leave a pass over there for Luke Liljegren, and then Liljegren had his feet taken out from underneath of him momentarily by Sergio Mendetta. And Spencer Pies will come down and handle this throw-in as he'll throw the ball into the box. It's on the way. Stays low, down front, comes out. Here is Spencer Pies, and, excuse me, the other Z man, Shibish. And I think that's the third one he sent high.
Yeah, ball cleared out, and Shibish just comes back in trailing, trying to send anything up toward the box he can, and it sails high.
So Valencia once again He's been busy with some goal kick restarts here in this game, and he has yet another one. This one comes out to midfield. It is tracked down by Leon for Mount Carmel as the Caravan come and push up field for an offensive attack. Over on the far sideline. That ball is toward the goal, and a save by Tate Wyatt. Down on his knees. That ball skipped right into his gut on one hop.
Good thing no rebound there, able to keep it secured. Leon was right there for Mount Carmel. Tate Wyatt continues to hold on the save, and these two teams just continue to go back and forth on each other.
They do here, don't they? Collinsville had the majority of the play in their offensive zone in the first half, but each team has had equal opportunities here in the second half to no avail. Now it's popped up at midfield and off of the chest of Simpson up to Luke Liljegren. Liljegren over here on the left wing trying to stop that ball before it goes out of bounds. He does so, and then that ball is picked off by the defender, and Liljegren tugged on his jersey a bit, and that draws a whistle. So free kick coming here for Mount Carmel. Very, very deep in the Collinsville offensive zone.
They get Liljegren on the pullback there last second, trying to fight for that ball in the corner.
Giovanni Pete sends it out to midfield right down in front of our location, and trying to track it down is Shibish, and that ball then is pushed out of bounds by Mount Carmel. So Collinsville will have a throw in here. It'll be Donovan Scott Gass. Throws the ball in at midfield, still here near the near side sideline. And Mount Carmel comes away with it. They send it back out, and tell you what, Zane Baker almost overran that ball and let that defender keep on going up front. Here at midfield, Liljegren pops it up. Now down onto the feet of Logan Whitehead, but he couldn't control it, so it goes to the defense of the Caravan, and now back out to midfield. Here is Luke Liljegren once again. Liljegren tries to send it deep, and he had a streaking Zane Baker in the middle of the field heading up there toward the goal, but that ball never reached Zane. Now the Caravan back with it once again. Here is Mendoza. Mendoza sends it over to the far side for Antonio Valencia, but that ball ends up going out of bounds. And it'll belong to Collinsville once again on a throw-in to Shibish. Shibish keeps the ball down on the ground, moves forward over on the far sideline. Almost got tripped up. Another nice move to get around another defender. Now over on the right wing, Shibish looking for some help, sends it in the middle, but no help arrived as Logan Whitehead and Luke Liljegren were still out in front waiting for a bit of a pass, but Shibish did everything he could to get that scoring opportunity in check for Collinsville. Now here is Scott Gass over to Spencer Pies. Pies sends it up the sideline for Shibish, or excuse me, Zane Baker. And Baker gets taken down from behind. No whistle on the play there. They let him keep on playing. Here is Daniel Favava on the far side for the Caravan. He sends it over here to this side. It's over the head of its intended target, Christian Leon, but Leon still tracks down the ball. And then a return pass to Leon is picked off by Trey Shibish. Here is Simpson. He sends the ball up off of a body to Liljegren. Liljegren gets the ball from Logan Whitehead and then sends it up, but Zane Baker never did break from his spot to take that pass, and that was an easy pickoff for one of the defenders for Mount Carmel. Now over on the far side at midfield. Play taken over there by Damian Rincon. Rincon sends the ball up. Shibish sends it right back out. Luke Liljegren, he'll track it down right underneath our location. Trying to get past his defender. He does. Liljegren has speed. Sends it up. Here's a chance for Logan Whitehead, but Sergio Valencia comes out and makes the save before Whitehead could even get a shot on goal.
Enough speed to beat Valencia to the ball there. Goalie cleans it up and sends it back here the other way.
This ball is going to go all the way down, and Tate Wyatt is going to take care of it. 23:40 left to play here in this second half. We remain scoreless thus far. Wyatt sends the ball back downfield. Caravan try to send it back up. Ball stays low. Pinching in is Trey Simpson. He keeps the ball down there. Now it's popped up coming toward our side, and Shibish is trying to chase it down, but Leon got there first, and now Shibish trying to play catch up. Donovan Scott Gaskets there, but that ball finds the feet of Duncan Luning. And Luning, he comes up by himself, and he's trying to get around about 8 defenders, and finally, Zach Covey comes in there and closes off a little bit of space there was, but sends the ball over the end line, and it's going to be a corner kick here for Mount Carmel.
Nice charge upfield by Luning. Shakes a bunch of the Kahok defenders there, and nothing else. He has earned his team his corner kick here in an opportunity.
Felix Mendoza taking this corner kick. Instead, he passes the ball out front, and then a shot. Oh, Tate Wyatt with the one-arm save. That ball had top shelf written all over it.
Yeah. Thought that might almost certainly go in. Carmel was setting that one up all day, and Rincon got his shot.
There's another one. This one's going to be off of the chest of Shibish, and Shibish will pop the ball up. Stellar save there by Tate Wyatt. The only body part that could have reached it was that left hand, and he reached up there and got that one just at the last second.
I don't know how tall Tate Wyatt is, but he needed every bit of it.
Yeah, he did. Collinsville defensively trying to get that ball out of there for their offense. They can't quite do it. It comes down, and that one goes wide off of a little pop shot there by Daniel Favala. And Collinsville dodges another bullet.
Favala just settled for that little pop shot. He's got some better moves, and if he could have settled the ball down, he could have maybe put a move on Wyatt and had a better opportunity at a goal.
Tate Wyatt sends it out to midfield, off of a head, deeper into the Collinsville offensive zone, but the defense is there for Mount Carmel to take care of that as they want to mount another offensive push. That ball ends up going out of bounds, and they're going to say it belongs to Collinsville. 21:15 left to play here in this second half. Still no score. Ball thrown in deep. Logan Whitehead uses his head to get it to Luke Liljegren. Liljegren trying to get around the defense as Trey Simpson tries to pinch in there and tries to get to that ball before anybody else could, but I think that's the deepest I've ever seen a ball into the stands.
Tracks right there, and ball came up high here in about the 6th row. Seems like that's the break the Kahoks are going to need to get when every time Trey Simpson pinching in, if he can get a last-second steal and find one of the guys crashing the box, that may set up one of these goals later on down the line.
Sergio Valencia sends the ball out to midfield, and Collinsville will send the ball behind the Mount Carmel bench. So Mount Carmel gets the throw in, takes place over on the far side, and it is Daniel Favela trying to get around a couple of players over there. They can't do it. Collinsville gets the ball. They throw the ball back in, and here we are at midfield. It is Wilhold. Wilhold will then send it back to Covey. Covey will then punch it downfield into the offensive zone off of the head of Luke Liljegren. Liljegren with a nice play to keep that ball from going out of bounds and trying to go up there and get the ball back. He can't. And then Trey Simpson runs into Christian Leon. Barely any body contact there, and they still call the foul.
No, they did. The foul. They just called it on the out of bounds, and Kahawks throw it in.
Okay, Kahawks get to throw it in, but the ball comes out to midfield. And Mount Carmel trying to work their way forward for another offensive push. Collinsville's defense is there. Here is Zach Covey. Covey sends it up to Liljegren. Over on the far side for Zane Baker. Baker trying to race up the right wing. Now he gives over to Logan Whitehead. Whitehead trying to get around his defender, but Whitehead couldn't keep that ball in bounds, and Mount Carmel will take over with 19:15 left to play here in this second half.
Action-packed second half after about the first 2 minutes. It's been back and forth.
Play at midfield. Mount Carmel works the ball up. Tate Wyatt going to come out because that was a little bit too far for Christian Leon to track down. And Wyatt will send it back downfield one more time.
Just wasting time, slowly bringing the ball up the field, and here we go.
Trying to get a little closer, and now the ball comes into the box, and Liljegren trying to track it down. He can't. It comes back out to the midfielders. And now Mount Carmel pushing the ball upfield again. Out to midfield. Ball popped up. Going to chase it down is Spencer Pies over in the corner, and Pies will let that ball go off of his body and across the end line, and Mount Carmel is going to have another corner kick here.
See what setup they go with here on this one. I'm going to try to send it in the box, or see if Cutter will try to take a shot from outside.
They're going to pop it high, and Tate Wyatt gets his hands on it and pushes it farther out front off of the body of Luke Liljegren. So a throw in coming here for Mount Carmel, and already up into the box area they are, but there is Spencer Pies to send that ball back out. Logan Whitehead trying to track it down, and now we're going to have a foul called. It's going to go against Mount Carmel as both players were kind of tugging on each other. And now the ball makes it into the box. Here is Zane Baker, and Baker's kick goes off of one of the Mount Carmel players and across the end line. So Collinsville's turn to have a corner kick.
Found Baker deep in the zone there, but he's in 1-on-3 counting the goalie, and we'll just settle for the corner kick to send it off Caravan player. Shibish will take this.
Shibish over on the far side corner. Will send it. Each team has had a number of corner kick opportunities. It's on the way. Out front, off of a body, popped up, and then one of the defenders for Mount Carmel comes and helps his goalkeeper out and sends it back out front. But Collinsville retains possession and sends it toward the goal, and it's an easy pop fly save for Sergio Valencia. Valencia will send the ball back out to midfield. Off of Covey. And then Collinsville sends the ball out of bounds. Let's think Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether you're building a new home, making an addition to the one you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling project you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor that you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and they are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466 or online, pacedesignconstruct.com. Mount Carmel sends the ball into their offensive zone, and Will Hold will just tip the ball off of his forehead right to his goalkeeper, Tate Wyatt. 15:40 left to play here in this second half. Wyatt sends the ball up. Right out to midfield and then into Collinsville's offensive zone. Liljegren pops the ball up for Campos. Campos uses his head to get it back to the speedy Liljegren. Liljegren on the left wing trying to wrestle his way around Sergio Mendeta. And that ball is still on the ground. Liljegren stays on the ground, and now a couple of other players will join him. Whistle on the play will give the ball back to Mount Carmel. That whistle could have gone either way.
With both players down, see who they give the call to Mount Carmel.
Giovanni Pete sends the ball down into his offensive zone. Zach Covey pops it up, sends it down onto the feet of Trey Shibish. Shibish will pop it back down into the offensive zone off of the back of the head of Zane Baker, but it rolls right to Valencia. Collinsville right at midfield. Spencer Pies sends the ball back up. That almost got away from the defender and would have been a gift-wrapped soccer ball there for Luke Liljegren, but Sergio Mendeta was there just at the last second to keep that from happening. Simpson sends it over to Pies. Pies sends it up into the offensive zone, and that ball is going to go across the end line, and it's going to be a goal kick restart here for Sergio Valencia.
Carmel settled earlier to have a defender send it back to the goalie Valencia, and even that's capable of being a mistake. We saw that in the Grand City game.
Oh, yeah. Talking about the regular season game when the goalkeeper scored a goal?
No, when the postseason game,
oh,
when the defender sent it back to the goalie, and the goalie olayed it.
Oh, yeah.
And it was an own goal.
Yeah. Collinsville sends it into the zone, but that's going to go across the end line again, and Valencia will have another goal kick restart. Collinsville has not lost a game since that penalty kick game against Granite City. That seems like forever ago. Probably because it was forever ago. 10-game winning streak for Collinsville. Mount Carmel comes in on a 6-game winning streak. Zach Covey pops the ball up but doesn't get very far. It's at midfield, and then one of the Mount Carmel players runs right into the back of Trey Simpson. Collinsville will get a free kick here from midfield, and it'll be taken by Zach Covey.
Simpson was going to come away with that one, but the shove at the last second prevented him from that, and the Kahoks get this restart.
That one goes right into the box. Liljegren pops it up, and on the other side, yes! Collinsville takes a 1-0 lead on a goal from Luke Liljegren.
Headed in by Zane Baker, right?
Yeah.
That was the break you needed.
Zane Baker.
That was the break they needed. Sent back in. Off Liljegren, and then Zane Baker puts it in. 12:44 to go, and the Kahoks have the goal they've been fighting and scratching for all night.
Wow, how about that?
Kind of seemed to come out of nowhere with these shots these teams have been taking at each other, and then just a ball sent in kind of mild-mannerly leads to a goal.
Luke Liljegren gets there first, pops the ball up, and then Zane Baker is there to clean up the mess. Just the opposite of the game winner last week against Normal, where Baker had the assist to Luke Liljegren's goal. They're going to give that ball back to Mount Carmel. Free kick for Mount Carmel coming from about 35 yards away.
So look to get a stop here, and then you start to see how the coach's mind starts working here now with a goal, and how they'll go with their formations to try to protect the lead.
Looks like Felix Mendoza, I think. He hasn't turned around far enough for me to see a number. This may be Rincon, and that ball is blocked out anyway by Zach Covey. Never even made it more than a foot and a half past the line that represents the front of the box. This ball goes out of bounds, and Mount Carmel will throw it in again. Referee wants him to back up. Farther, she says. Now the throw in comes, and now we're going to have a stoppage of the clock.
They're calling for the Bradley AD here and have him tend to some sort of issue.
I don't know what.
We have our AD and principal right down there below that. Hopefully it wasn't an issue with our student fans down there. Now she's pointing somebody out in the stands.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Bradley will have him or her removed, I imagine.
Somebody say something they shouldn't have?
You know, that last play went against Mount Carmel, so one would think these are Mount Carmel fans she's asking to have removed. Just glad it's not on our side.
Yes. Now the Mount Carmel players looking up into the stands, trying to figure out who they're talking to. That's a distraction for Mount Carmel players right now. They're like, what are they, kicking my dad out, my mom? What's going on?
Well, if the referee's calling for a certain person to be removed, that's going to stop the game here, and it needs to be dealt with here. Whoever she's pointing to.
And the referee and Sergio Mendeta, and Mendeda's talking to her like, which one are you talking about? And now she's pointing to somebody and say, you have to leave. So a Mount Carmel fan is being told to leave. Matter of fact, looks like two of them are being told to leave.
Two gentlemen that were standing there
in
Mount Carmel gear have been removed, and we can get this game back going here with 11:14 to go.
All right, we are back to action. Collinsville leads this game 1-0. I forgot to put that on the scoreboard, didn't I? Uh-huh. I was talking crap to Andy last week, yeah. What comes around goes around, sir. 11 minutes to go here in this second half. Winner will move on to take on Libertyville Friday at 7 p.m. at Hoffman Estates High School.
You're getting called out by not having that goal up yet. I'm getting text myself.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes me a minute. You get so excited, I stop the clock at least. I did remember to do that. Now Collinsville sends it back up again. Logan Whitehead going to chase it down. Has a couple of defenders on either side of him, and the defender on the right side got there first. As the Kahawks battle it out here for a chance to go to the Final Four for the first time since 1996, 22 years. But Mount Carmel will have some other ideas first. No. There was no. Damian Rincon just fell down as he was running up the field. There wasn't anybody there that pushed him or tripped him or anything.
Well, it was Simpson who was in front of him when all that happened, and he'll take the brunt of the call.
It's going to be a free kick from 30 yards away here for Mount Carmel. Ten minutes left to play here in this second half. Ball on the way. It stayed low and was kicked out of there by Collinsville, so it goes across the end line, and we are going to have a corner kick here for Mount Carmel.
Mount Carmel trying to catch Collinsville napping there on that. A delayed restart.
Ball popped up and sent out front, and there is Ethan Wilhold to send the ball all the way back out to midfield, and then Luke Liljegren gets shoved down from behind by Alex Congora. And Collinsville gets the goal kick restart here, or the free kick from midfield, but that ball is handled by Valencia. Now Valencia will pop the ball up right into the offensive zone, and Collinsville will let the ball go all the way back to their goalkeeper, Tate Wyatt. We're under 10 minutes to go, 9:15 to be exact. How did I mess that up? Now the ball popped up into the offensive zone once again.
Valencia cleans that one up here, and looks like he was going to throw it out. Now he sends it high here in the middle. Headed by Donovan Scott Gass, and Logan Whitehead is going to try to get control of it.
And it's pushed forward off of the head of one of the Collinsville players, but Valencia is there.
Slips when he kicks that one.
Oh, I think that one landed right on the face of Spencer Vlasic. Now back out to midfield, and it escapes past everyone. And again, Collinsville will be happy to let that ball roll back to Tate Wyatt as more time ticks away. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left to play here in this second half. Collinsville leads 1-0. Tate Wyatt sends the ball back out past midfield into the Collinsville offensive zone, but there's Mount Carmel to keep the ball right at midfield. We have a whistle on the play against Mount Carmel. Collinsville will have a free kick from right about midfield. Under 8 minutes to go.
Good job by Spencer Vlasic to draw that one.
Trey Shibish will take this kick. He's ready. More of a pass than it is a kick toward the goal, and that's headed by Mount Carmel, and then they send the ball farther into their offensive zone. But there is Zach Covey. He kind of mishit that one, has a little spin on it, and it comes right to midfield. And a throw-in coming here for Mendetta. He tosses the ball in, and it's not even Scott Gass uses his head to get rid of it. And then a better kick there, much better by Zach Covey, sends the ball past midfield. Luke Liljegren meets the ball right at the midfield stripe. Then he'll send it over onto the far side. Tracking that ball down is Stanley Pete for Mount Carmel. 7 minutes left to play here in this second half. Collinsville blocks it out with the midfielders, sends it back up. Here is Pies. He'll send it up to Zane Baker. Baker right at midfield will send it back to Pies, and Pies will boot it into the offensive zone. Not very far. The ball rolls up the sideline, and then the ball popped back up right at midfield, but out of bounds by Mount Carmel, so Collinsville will have a throw-in from midfield with 6.5 minutes to play here in this second half.
Kahok's all right with little things like that. That'll kill time, stalling the ball out on the sideline and let it get kicked out of bounds and get that sub in.
Now at midfield once again. Collinsville trying to track the ball down and keep it out of this end of the field, because if you do that, there are less scoring chances for the other team. So we'd be happy to keep play at midfield. Whistle on the play. It's going to belong to Mount Carmel. Let's thank the Collinsville Education Association. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's new website, collinsvillecea.org. Kahoks with the ball, and here is Shibish. Shibish trying to move the ball up, and had Logan Whitehead over on his left, but decided to try to keep that one himself and send it down, but Mount Carmel had other ideas, and now at midfield it's picked up by the Caravan. They send it up deeper into the offensive zone over on the left wing, and now moving it around towards center, I believe is Diego Fox, and then a ball that gets pushed up by Duncan Lunning, and that one is well wide, and Tate Wyatt will take his time as Mount Carmel has a substitution, so he can take even more time.
Under 5 minutes to go now.
Tate Wyatt sends the ball out. Nice move there by Trey Simpson. He comes away with that ball. Gets it past the defender. Oh, at the last second, that defender sticks a leg out and comes away with the ball. Now bodies collide over there on the far side sideline. And we're going to have another stoppage in play with 4:33 left to play. And they just gave somebody another card.
23 on Mount Carmel. Lunning gets that call. A lot of pushing and shoving down there. Kahoks did a good job of controlling the ball for the most part. But then at the end, one last shove draws the yellow card.
So a couple of yellow cards have been given out here against Mount Carmel. And I believe Carlos Patino has come in to take the place of Lunning. Collinsville will get a free kick from about 50 yards away over on the far side. It'll be taken by Trey Shibish with 4.5 minutes to go, 4:33 exactly. Clock starts back up. Here is the kick, and off of the head. Oh, baby! What a goal! Trey Simpson off of a goal kick restart by Shibish. Collinsville goes up 2-0.
Wow, what a huge goal there. On the restart following the card. They find the head of Trey Simpson, and it's 2-0 Kahoks. Trey Simpson with the goal. I thought he might get one tonight.
Man.
Not sure it was going to be like that, but that's a huge goal. And
you are not kidding, sir. Huge goal.
Might be all right to.
Don't say it.
No? Okay.
Don't say it.
Not yet. Okay.
We've been witness to stranger things happening in the game of soccer in high school, so 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
4 minutes to play some defense here. Keep them off the board, and maybe something good will happen. Mount Carmel will get this restart 40 yards out.
They pop it up right in front of the box, in the front part of the box, and then Ethan Wilhold, who's had a very good game defensively. He's been in the right spots at the right time here tonight for Collinsville. He takes care of another one. It goes all the way over on the far side sideline, and that is where Logan Whitehead will take care of it. He'll send it up into the box, and I believe Salvador Gaspar is into the game for the first time. Tried to chase it down, but got bumped off the ball at the last minute right before he got there. And it'll be Sergio Valencia who will take care of this goal kick restart. Valencia, he's been busy tonight. Didn't have anything go by him until this second half. 2 goals, one scored by Zane Baker and the other one by Trey Simpson. Third game in a row that Zane Baker has had a goal. Talked about him in the pregame show with Coach Lukey, and rightfully so. He has just been on fire lately. Throw in comes right at midfield. 3 minutes left to play here in this second half. Mount Carmel, their backs are against the wall, so they'll try to push it whenever they can. Collinsville just wants to play some stellar defense now. They've been doing that pretty much all year, and especially in the playoffs.
Been doing it so far tonight. We just get 2 minutes of defense here.
There you go. Trey Shibish will send that ball all the way down, and Valencia will come out in the corner of the box and pick it up. And then he will send it back down. 2.5 minutes to go. Ball popped up right at midfield. Donovan Scott Gash uses his head. Gaspar uses his feet onto the feet of Pacheco. Pacheco gets tripped up. No call on the play after taken down by Christian Leon, but then Pacheco is right there in the mix again. Now Leon gets the ball for Mount Carmel. He'll send it back to his defense as we approach 2 minutes left to play here in this second half. Collinsville out front 2-0. Mount Carmel sends the ball deep. Head butted out of there, back to midfield, and then the Caravan send it back up once again. I got it on there this time. As soon as the words goal left my mouth, I got it on the board. Kettler coming down to check on me, making sure he doesn't get any more nasty text messages.
I think Clay with his phone, and I was like, what am I about to get?
Here is Leon on the sideline, and he stays with it, but Donovan Scott Gass had another defender in front of him, and now Mount Carmel getting a little dangerous here. Here is a nice try by Zach Covey. Ball pops out. Trey Shibish is there off of his body. Comes down, and trying to take care of it was Zane Baker, but somehow or another, the Caravan able to keep this ball down here in their offensive zone. 1:05 left to go, but the ball goes out of bounds.
As soon as you say that, yeah, the ball goes out of bounds. Kahoks will get a fresh body in here.
Keep on stopping these
why
clocks?
is she stopping the clock here?
I have no idea. Now we go again.
Well, you shouldn't stop the clock for a substitution. That's not the right call, but we'll continue on.
That
Under a
ball
minute to go.
Pops off of the body. Trey Shibish banked it off of Damian Rincon, and we are under a minute to go here, folks. I think you can go ahead and say it now, Chris.
We'll just wait. We waited this long.
Okay. Another 40 seconds won't hurt, huh?
That's right.
There's a loose ball, and the Caravan trying to get it, but
Zach Covey.
Yeah, Zach Covey stopped that ball and made the rushing player miss-hit it. Covey sends the ball up far side. Logan Whitehead trying to chase it down over there. He will get there before the defender does. And then that ball ends up going across the end line. Collinsville's going to get a corner kick here to end this game, if they even get to take it.
No point even really taking it here. The final 10 seconds will run off, and Collinsville is going to be headed to the Final Four, play #1 team in the state, Libertyville, on Friday night.
Libertyville 20-0. Final seconds tick off, and your Collinsville Kahawks are the Class 3A Super Sectional champions, and they will be heading to the state Final Four for the first time since 1996 after a 2-0 win over Mount Carmel. Awesome game. Well, as you know, folks, the IHSA will not let us go to do state final games, so you're going to have to watch that one on the IHSA website, and we'll, of course, provide you a link to that once that is made available to us sometime here, I would imagine tomorrow, since it's already Wednesday, and that thing starts on Friday. So, Collinsville wins, heading to the state Final Four after a 2-0 win over Mount Carmel, and now that brings us to the Chiropractic Works post-game show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road, or you can give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahoks.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
And once again, we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Bradley-Urbana High School as Collinsville wins tonight by a score of 2-0 over Mount Carmel, and will move on to the state championship tournament this Friday and Saturday at Hoffman Estates. They will open up play Friday night at 7 o'clock against undefeated Libertyville. Joining us now is Matt Benway, one of the assistant coaches. First of all, congratulations, man.
Thank you so much. It's a great feeling knowing that we're headed to state.
Nicely done. Was it as nerve-wracking down there as it was up here?
It started to get nerve-wracking towards the end. You know, I thought in the first half we were dominating pretty well, and then towards the second half they started coming in with some crazy opportunities where Tate had to make a big save, and so it started to get a little nerve-wracking. And then once we saw that goal, it was a good feeling.
Talk to us about that first goal by Zane Baker. What did you see from your end?
We didn't see a whole lot actually. It was kind of a big cluster. We saw Lil, hit a ball in, and then Zane was just standing at the back post, and it kind of fell right to his foot, and he put it in beautifully, and it worked out for the best.
And then Luke Liljegren involved in the second goal as well with a wouldn't call it the most beautiful pass I'd ever seen in my life to Trey Simpson, but it worked.
And it doesn't have to look pretty. All that matters is that it goes in, and it did.
Yeah, end result is the only thing that matters. And you touched on Tate Wyatt, man. Nothing bigger than that save down here a little while ago when he jumped up with that left hand. That ball was headed top shelf. It was definitely going to be a goal.
Oh, yeah, and I think Tate makes one of those saves every game, and that was his big save for the day.
Man, oh, man, only 2 goals allowed in the playoffs. One of those came on a penalty kick. So, I mean, you can't really say much more about your goalkeeper right now, can you?
No, he is a phenomenal goalkeeper, and hats off to him for playing so well and coming out every single day and performing. A lot of people come out and have an off day. He comes out every single day and performs at his highest and his best.
And I'm going to mention Ethan Wilhold. I thought he had an excellent game back there defending the ball. It seemed like every time I turned around, he had his head on it, sent it the other direction to give his guys a chance to score a goal. I thought he had a whale of a game.
In the air, that's what we expect of him, and he always usually comes out and does a perfect job of that. We need a big guy in the middle to win those headers, because that can easily turn out for the worst if they start winning those. That can turn into a goal for them, But we come out and we ask him to win those. He wins those, and it turns out for us.
You know anything about Libertyville?
I do not.
All I know is they're the #1 team in the state, and they haven't lost a game yet this year.
I have heard that, but to me, that doesn't mean a whole
No.
lot because, you know, you can be the number one team in the state. Looking at who you play, you know, they don't know anything about us. And, you know, being the number one team in the state doesn't mean a whole lot to me. We're going to come out, we're going to perform at our highest.
All right, well, you guys don't have the extra day to enjoy this one since we had to play tonight instead of yesterday. Normally you'd won the game last night. You'd have Wednesday and Thursday to get yourself ready. Now you have one day, so I'll let you go back down and be a part of your team in the celebration, and we'll see you on the bus.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, that is Matt Benway, one of the assistant coaches here for the Collinsville Kahawks, as they're victorious here tonight, 2-0 over Mount Carmel. We'll take our final break here on the Chiropractic Works post-game show and come back and wrap things up in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
Todd Duke and Chris Kettler back here with you from Bradley Bourbonnais High School as Collinsville wins this game tonight 2-0 over Mount Carmel, and the Kahawks are headed to the Final Four in Class 3A soccer for the first time since 1996. Your thoughts on the game, Mr. Kettler?
I like how it ended. The Kahawks
yeah.
finally got that goal, chipping in there. I thought it was a wide open second half, and when Mount Carmel had that one laser beam shot that went high, that could have went in. Anything could have happened here tonight against these two teams. If they met again, it could go another way, but I'm glad that we got to see the celebration tonight and the Kahawks going to the Final Four.
That they did. Collinsville gets the win 2-0, and that is going to do it for us tonight. And that's going to do it for us, actually, for fall sports, as the IHSA has the sole rights to live stream the games in the championship level, so they will have the games Friday and Saturday, but we'll do our best to get those games to you. We'll figure out something, and I'll let you know via the Facebook page what we're going to do. So our next live stream on Kahok Sports will be the opener of our winter sports schedule as we open with Kahok hockey at the McKendree Recplex versus Edwardsville at 7:30 on Thursday, November the 8th. So thanks to everybody for their help during the fall on all sides, volleyball, football, and soccer. And a big thanks tonight to Coach Lukey for joining us in the pregame show. And a big thanks to Coach Benway joining us in the postgame show. Chris Kettler on the other microphone as the color commentator, and my cameraman tonight, Andy Sellens. We appreciate each and everybody's continued work here to make KahokSports.com what it is. And the final score again, 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. They will take on Libertyville Friday night at 7 o'clock from Hoffman Estates for the state championship. That'll be the semifinal games, and then the first and second place game will take place later on Saturday. So, everybody, until then, have a fantastic evening.